Shalom, Akim. Brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First things first, we give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders and learners true from GMS. And blessing to the Akim out there preaching his word with whole true sincerity. And blessing to the 144,000 and 1/3, the first fruits kingdom of heaven. Also David, the Biyaf Dawadah. And shalom to you, Akim out there as speaking in different tongues and looking in different nations. Shalom. So today, the water, for the spirit of power, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, through the vessel of Apostle Gobar. You know, he put up a good lesson on his new channel, referring to, finishing the work. But through that lesson, I ended up coming up with another one, man. You know, we doing this work diligently, highways and hedges, videos, you know, we basically in season, out of season with this thing, you know, to find ourselves finishing the work, because finishing the work will give you will grant you a crown of life, man. And that's what us Akim was going for, man, because that crown of life, man, we gonna be righteous in new bodies and sin proof, and have everything we ever wanted, plus the fact that we'll be immortal. You know what I'm saying? That crown of life, man, will have everlasting life. You know what I'm saying? We can, but by doing so, we have to escape the afflictions and the lusts and temptations of this world. And a lot of Akim, we face that every day. So let me go to my first precept. I wanted in 2 Timothy, straight to the point. 2 Timothy 4 and I'm gonna start at 5. It says, it's also the same chapter in 2 Timothy where it says, where I was also getting into the in season, not a season, in the second verse. But 5, it says, this is Paul speaking to Timothy. This is, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, and do the work of the evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. Right, and that's exactly what we're doing, you know what I mean? Because we can't, we got to keep on going in this thing until the time frame is fulfilled when we don't do it anymore. But in this chapter, this is what Paul basically got to the finish line with his. Here's the point. It says, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand, because he's about to die. He knew he was. And it says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I've kept the faith. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. And you gotta endure all the way into this thing. Like, you have to cross the finish line. You can't slow up before or at any given meter until that thing is done. Straight like that. It's just the way the things goes. And it says, henceforth, here we go. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. Right. And that's the other Akim that's preaching his word with whole true sincerity, and the other elect, hopefully in one of those men, Lord willing. So, but he's talking about all the other men that's in this truth sincerely is also going to get that crown. And he has one, and this is your power for Paul, because he basically Paul is basically guaranteed from the field. That's just like, he just is. He did the ministry, he finished it up, and now, boom, like he said, this crown is waiting for him. And that's and that's what we're waiting on as well, but through faith, man. Lord willing, me and all the Akim that's sincere in this thing, close this thing off to the end, man. Endure this whole thing. Keep doing the ministry. Don't stop. When you're a sports player and you actually got things going on and games and different events, your training can't stop. It has to be training all year round. Prepare yourself for that season and next game. You got to keep on going, because what happens is, if you don't, you fall off, and you basically, take your hand off the plow, and the next thing you know, your spot getting took. Straight like that. So this fight that we in is tough, but it needs to be endured, and it needs to be, keep on going until the latter end of this thing. And Lord willing, we endure. So this crown that's for Paul, like he said, he's not the only one's going to get that. And I love my favorite precept in this whole thing. I'm going to go to the book of Revelations 2 and 10. Revelations 2 and 10. And it says, It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, and that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. But be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. There it goes. The second time it's talking about that crown. That's a dream, man. That's a dream of all us Akim, is to be crowned by Yahawashi, man. Yahawashi is going to be the one to put that crown on you, man. That's a dream. Forget the NFL, man. This is the real dream, man. The real glory, the real glory, the real fame, the real money, the real, real benefits of the money itself. It's just abundance of everything. And that's way better than what this earth has to offer on this side. You know what I mean? So just like Timothy, just like Paul, man, and all the Akim, they've been through tribulation, they've been through scoffing and things of that nature. And even we already know the prophecy of being persecuted. Akim is going to be dying this truth, just like Yahawashi had to, Paul had to. A lot of apostles had to die in this truth. But what the Lord say, be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. That's what it's all about, man. That crown, man. We want that crown, and then, being heirs with Yahawashi, we'll see him drink wine with Yahawashi. Ultimately, Lord willing, we get to see Yahawah, So look, man, a lot come with this crown, man. And getting crowned is, being a ruler and a king alongside with Yahawashi, man, is a phenomenal thing to even imagine. That's what this thing is all about, man. You got to keep on going this thing. You can't give up. You can't just stop at 11th grade or 10th grade or 9th grade, because at the end of 12th grade is that so-called diploma. You got to finish all the way through in order to get get that diploma. The same thing with a lot in his life, and also same with Bahasham Yahawashi, man. We got to just keep on enduring, man. Keep doing his work. Keep throwing them videos up. Hobbies and hedges with the brothers. Charity. And remember, charity is the ultimate thing in order if you really going to do it. Because you can prophesy, you can do all this stuff, but then if you don't got charity, then you still ain't getting the crown. So, that's a whole nother video, but you got to endure it. You got to endure that too as well. Being brotherly, forgiving your brother when he's sincere. See, when you in the world, you don't want to forgive like too much. You got grudges, but when you come in this truth though, which is part of the ministry and part of enduring, is having charity with your brothers, man. That's another way of getting that crown. That's part of the work. It's part of the ministry. And also one of the top 2 commandments, man. Pursuing, what's that? Matthew 22, I believe. But let me get to 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. It says, in every man, you know what? No, I'm starting 24. And it says, 23 actually. It said, and this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Right. It's that ministry. And it says, know you not that which, it says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize, so run that you may obtain. And it says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, right? That's the vanity and others' world, but we an incorruptible. You know what I'm saying? We're going for that incorruptible crown, because being incorruptible will give us that crown of life, will ultimately go into immortality and things of that nature. Those, remember, you go to 1 Corinthians 15, pursuant to 50 and down, I believe. It talks about, the bodies we're going to get is going to be one raised incorruptible, one incorruptible. One as a terrestrial, one celestial. You see what I'm saying? So we're looking for that crown that's incorruptible, man. So, but we got to keep enduring. That's why it says on 23 again, it says, and this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Right. And what is he trying to be partaker of? Getting that prize, that crown, man. Trying to win the race, man. Get the kingdom and the crown, to be a ruler. Brothers know exactly where we're going with this thing. And Paul knew exactly what it was too. Because when you really come into this truth and you understand the glory and the promises and the things that's coming, that's possible, by being a hopeful and elect, you have to go for that. Like you have to make that attempt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really dumb. It's very self-explanatory. But, the Lord said he blinded who he blinded. So, and not everybody's the elect. So, you know, but at the end of the day, though, it's still like that, no matter what. It's still a no-brainer to go in this truth. And so, you know, I had to bring that out. Let me see. I wanted Peter, 1 Peter 5 and 4, I believe. Yeah, it says, let me see what 3 is. Neither as being... Okay, so I'll start at 4. It says, and when the chief shepherd shall appear, Yahawashi, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Man, a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Like we already just said, we're gonna be immortal, new bodies, and a crown of life, man. It won't fade away. That crown gonna be bling blinging and be phenomenally gorgeous forever. And you will also, and of that crown, you will also be like one and the same, where you will also will not fade away. You see what I'm saying? But it says Yahawashi is gonna crown his men. And that's what we waiting for, man. That's an honor, man. Oh man. Yo, can you imagine? Yahawashi literally is like the moment you see Yahawashi, it's gonna be a sight for like no other. Not to mention, you know, you part of the elect at that point, and you about to receive a crown, and you already in your new body. Yo, the what you will say, what you will call that excitement, anxiety in a positive. I mean, you'll probably feel like a 11-year-old boy again, you know, getting ready to showing up to Six Flags or something. You know how excited they be? Yo, that excitement is on another level. It's like, oh man, that's whew, getting crowned by Yahawashi, or even just like, you know, all the Akim got crowns on their heads, and then we popping wine with the Lord. You can't ask for. Let me read that again, man. Let me read that again. It says, and when the chief shepherd shall appear, you shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Man. Hey, Akim, these are self-explanatory, man. If you can't, and people can't receive this, man, or want to go after this, it's utter stupidity, man. But oh, and my favorite precept of all time with this particular topic, man, you gotta see what Edris saw. I bring this out from time to time, but this is perfect for the crown's sake. This is Edris 2 and 45. But let me no. Let me I'm start at 42. It says, I Edris saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. That's the elect. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their head he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. See, Yahawashi is gonna set crowns on the elect, man, Lord willing, man, Lord willing. And it says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms. And then I said unto the angel, What young person is that? That's how I know we're gonna be young forever too, because Yahawashi is young at this moment, and it's gonna be forever that way. And giveth them palms in her hands. And he said, So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. That's the moment, man, all of us Akim is waiting for. That's like the one moment. That's like kind of like when you see like on those drafts, when one of the brothers get called and they come up and they get on the stage and they get that jersey and they take a picture beside. That'd be like being crowned at that point to them, and on this side, that'd be like, that's gonna be us on a 50 million times higher level. When it comes with when Yahawashi crowns us, man, that'd be like winning the draft, but on a spiritual heavenly level. You know what I'm saying? We fought the course, we beat the situation, and now we getting our crown, aka jersey, man. And And then after that jersey, what they do, they basically get their inheritance, which is the team and the brotherhood and the millions and their homes and everything in that nature. It's all to do the spirit. It's the same way. We're gonna get our crown, we're gonna get our women, we're gonna get our cribs. Man, how is that gonna flow when once we got our crowns and things of that nature, the Yahawashi, goes and tell us, shows us where we will reside. Oh man. Whoo, man. The Wadi Bahasham Yahawashi for this truth and his ministry, man, because this is what we waiting for, man. We want to be crowned out here. It's the goal of the everlasting life, man. I brought this out. This was edifying to the Akim. I'm going to say Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Yahawah, he is the Jesus. Bahasham in the name. And the only begotten Son, the Lord and Savior, deliverer, Yahawashi, Bahasham in the name. And the qadash, the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders, learn truth from GMS. And blessings to the Akim out there preaching his word will hold our true sincerity. And blessings to the 144,000 and the 1/3, the first fruits, kingdom of heaven, house of David, the Biaf Dawadah. And shalom to you, Akim out there, speaking in different tongues and looking in different nations. Shalom, Akim.